What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down Stevie Johnson and his route running ability. I think he was one of probably the best route runners to really ever do it. I mean, he didn't really have as successful as a career as most guys, but I think he is one of the most tactical route runners and has some of the shiftiest double moves, open field crossovers. So today that's what we're going to be talking about, okay? So main thing I want to talk about in this first clip is just this double move off the line and his toes here, okay? Now, as weird as that sounds, just bear with me. Let's watch this thing full speed, then we'll break it down. So again, 1-2, exploding off, gets that DB sitting to the inside, then catches this back shoulder. So you see when he comes off the line here, he goes out then back in. So he goes left, right. Now look when he makes this right move. You look at his toes, okay? His toes are pointed straight forward. Why does he have those toes pointed straight forward? So the weight could be on the inside portion of his legs, right? Now the whole goal of this is to get this DB to lean inside, right? Now, if I could get this exactly what I preach if you've been watching my videos for a little while, is you keep your toes straight forward, you stay in an explosive pad level position, but your upper half is what's going to turn this DB, right? So you see how his toes are forward. That means his hips stay forward and he's ready to just shoot out at any time. But his upper half, and he's turning that number, because what's that DB looking at? He's looking at the number. That's what's going to get him turned to the inside and leaning on this leg, right? So if I get him leaning on that leg, now you see how much he's pushing off of this leg. That's why I want my toes forward. That's why I want the weight on the inside arch of my foot, so I could explode up and continue to get separation here, right? That's a lot of separation, especially when we're down near the goal line, and then the quarterback just puts it on, and that's a great double move off the line by Stevie Johnson. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So again, 1-2, weight on the inside part of your foot, explode out, and catch that back shoulder. All right, so now he's going to be kind of working this almost, I'd say, it's like a six-step move almost, but he's going to be working a slant against man-to-man coverage, okay? So he's got a little bit of time to work on this play, obviously. So let's watch this thing full speed, then we'll break it down. So 1-2-3, 1-2-3. Gets Revis to be sitting outside, gets him to open up that gate, and that's what gets him enough separation to come back over the middle here, okay? So you see. So the clip's already starting early, but that's going to count as his first step. Then he's got 2-3, okay? So he goes 1, 2, 3. Now, when he goes 1, 2, 3, again, I want you to look at this explosive pad level position. What a lot of people do when they make all these moves off the line of scrimmage, the first thing they do is they pop their chest up. They pop their head up, and they're in not an explosive position. They're leaning back, which makes their feet slow, right? But when I'm in this position right here, I'm in an athletic position, right? The low man wins. Who's going to be in a more athletic position? We both are. Pretty even matchup, so now my feet got to be clean, right? So he goes 3 steps to the inside. Now, we want Revis to be thinking that was all I got off the line of scrimmage. I just gave him that 1, 2, 3. Now I'm trying to push out vertical. Then he comes back out, 1, 2, 3. And again, look at his upper half. Your upper half is what sells this move, guys. Your upper half is what's going to get this DB to open up that gate, especially when we're working some kind of move on a slant. I can't just have my shoulders stay square and have my numbers stay square and expect the DB to open up this gate when I'm running a slant versus press. I got to be able 1, 2, 3, and I got to have my shoulders turn. But again, my feet stay straight forward, so that shoots me back out over the middle, and that's exactly what Johnson does. And you see how Revis is sitting to the inside. Base gets super narrow. He's in no position to explode out. Not bad recovery here, but we got the separation that we needed, okay? So now he's going to be the number 3 receiver here, so let's watch it full speed, then we'll break it down. So he's coming out here, hesitate, 1, 2. Open field crossover, really good way to get separation on this kind of route. This will pop pass over here, like quick slant. So again, or just this in route, any kind of goal line route where you got to make an in break, okay? This is a great example of how to get some separation. Now, this is another example of how to change speeds on your routes, guys. This is one of the things that maybe I don't focus enough on, but there are times where you want to be able to lull this DB to sleep so he doesn't get the same tempo on you, right? If he just comes out right here full speed and tries to run in, maybe this DB has been manned up with him all game, right? Maybe he's got a feel for his speed. Maybe he's got a feel for what we're working with here. So I want to lull him to sleep. I want to come out and I change up the tempo. He pretty much completely stops his feet. Now let's watch what that does to the DB, right? We stop my pace. We slow down. DB's feet, flat-footed, right? All I got to do is give him something with my upper half, and it's going to cause a reaction out of this DB, okay? So I come out, super flat-footed, 1, 2. Now again, look where we're at. Toes straight forward, weights on the inside arch of his foot, and look at this upper half. Your upper half moves while your toes stay straight forward so your hips can stay straight forward. That's the goal. And you see what this does to this DB. This gets him to jump outside. And if I could get him to jump outside and I'm pushing off that inside arch of my foot, that's a recipe for separation. I'm going to get so much separation when I could be closing the gap with this guy, work this open field crossover. When we have space, he's got no hands on me, right? I stop his feet. I'm violent with my upper half. My feet are sudden, my feet are quick, and I'm exploding off. That's going to get some separation. You see how quick he snaps those eyes around. Anytime we're in the red zone here, guys, I want to snap my eyes around. The second I get some separation, make sure that I'm ready for this ball because, again, the quarterback most likely is going to be getting pressure when we're down close like this. So I got to get the ball out of my hands fast, and that's exactly what he does. Give it to his guy for a touchdown. It's great work by Stevie Johnson. Okay, so he's going to be kind of working this almost selling like he's running this whip route. This is kind of like an option route he's got. So let's watch it full speed, then we'll break it down. So coming out here, one hard plant to the outside, explode up inside. Okay, so main thing here, a lot of things that you can take away from Stevie Johnson are mainly the change in speed that he has on his routes, right? So you can talk a lot about, oh, he's got quick feet, he's got this, he's got that, but the way he's able to change speeds up on his route is a great example of what smaller guys, too, slot guys can do when they're in the red zone, when you're facing maybe a linebacker who's maybe not as shifty as you would say like a corner who runs a 4.5 40, right? Or a 4.4 40, however fast you want to think it is. But this is another example of how we slow it down, we slow my pace down, then we kick up into second gear, okay? So he comes off here, and he just opens up. Like he's maybe just going to pivot straight out of this thing, come outside. Now I want you to watch how quick his upper half is because, again, that's what's going to get this DB. He's not looking at my head. He's not looking at my feet. He's looking at my number, looking at my hips. So he comes out here, turns, violent with his upper half. Violent with that upper half. Now you see it's hard to tell because I cut the clip here, but you can see just by the basic angle of his knee, his toes weights on the inside arch and it's shooting him back over the middle, right? I want to be, again, violent with my upper half and use my feet to explode me back outside. Again, DB's turning these hips, gets him leaning outside, gets him to jump. I accelerate off the break here too, right? It's very important that after I get this guy, after I get him to bite on any kind of move, off the line of scrimmage, top of the route, whichever situation like this where I'm running an option route, I want to accelerate out of this break to make sure that I gain separation from this guy. I don't lose separation. It's a great job by Stevie Johnson. Let's watch it full speed one more time. So again, coming out, slow him, head out. That's a great job. This violent upper half. That's what we need. Okay. So now again, he's going to be working another open field crossover here. The clip cuts off, guys, but just trust me, he catches the ball. Coming off, 1-2. Again, we're going to talk about the same double move mechanics that we've been talking about all day, right? So where are we at here? Man-to-man, right? I want to close the gap with this guy. Anytime his DB's off, like off-man catch technique, well, not so much of a catch technique, but like off-man look, right? Let's close the gap with this guy, right? Let's try to get him on his heels. Let's try to get his feet to stop. He's got two options in this situation. He could either just backpedal, keep his feet moving, or he could stand flat-footed, right? Either or, we got a plan for it. So we come off. We're closing the gap with this DB. We want to square this guy up, right? Now, in this case, his feet stop, right? That's fine. I'm good with that. We just got to make sure when we make my move, I'm very believable with my upper half, and that's exactly what Stevie Johnson does here. So he comes off here, 1-2. Now again, look at his upper half turn. Now watch when his upper half turns, this DB staying square until he turns his upper half. Then that's when this DB turns his upper half, right? And that's when he turns his feet because he's biting on this outbreaking route. I want to sell like I'm just trying to close the gap and just race him to the sideline. That's what I want right now. But my feet got to be explosive and my upper half's got to be violent. So he comes off here. He's just playing basketball. He's probably a great point guard, Stevie Johnson. So he comes here, 1-2. Now I want you to look at this leg, how he's pushing off this inside arch of his foot. Toes are staying straight forward. You can see the shin angle. It looks a little sketchy when you look at it at this point, like he's going to hurt his knee, right? But all that is he's just pushing off that inside arch, right? Staying in a good pad level position and having that second foot out there to catch him, his right foot. And again, when we're here, guys, and we get this DB to jump because of my upper half, what got him to turn was my upper half. Eyes tell lies, commit your shoulders. That's exactly what I want. That's a recipe for separation on any kind of double move, any kind of stick. That's how we get this DB to move. And now you see he's pushing in this position right here, guys. I got to explode. What a lot of people do, what a lot of people mistake they make in this position is they'll get set here, get this DB to bite, they pop their chest up, look back for the ball, they don't pump their arms, and they slow down. When we're in this position, guys, I got to push off my inside arch. I got to explode out of here, right, and pump my arms and continue to get some separation. I want to continue to get some separation in this spot, right? And then I told you it cuts off a little soon, but he catches this ball. It's a great job. Let's watch it full speed one more time here. So coming out, 1-2. violent upper half, sudden feet, weight stays on the inside arch of your feet. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. And if you're a receiver and you want to get better at football IQ, you want to understand how to read coverages, you want to know the situations when you can work all these releases, all these moves, check out that link in the description, guys. Also, if you sign up on my website, you're going to get access to our film breakdown service where you could submit your film and I'll break it down just like how I broke down Stevie Johnson today. And I'll see you guys next time.